everybody. Hopefully this is live publicly. Let me make sure. Just give me one second here. Okay, let me. Make sure we're live publicly first. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, no, let me add that. Put it public. No, that no. Make sure it's live. Me double check, make sure we're good before we get going here. We want to make sure we're good. Okay, we are good. All right. So here's going to show you some stuff on how to get to play the actual championship games for the conference championship games. So let me get these pulled up. So we have one that is almost pretty much I think it's better than the other one I had. So let me go into conference championship week. Okay, let me pull up. I pulled up the wrong one. I had saved. I had saved one. Let me pull up that one. Just give me a second. Yeah, here it is. All right, so the ones that are not right, let me pull up the actual conference championships on ESPN. So the ones that are actually not right are as following. Let me give these up here and I'm going to show you which ones are not right of the following. The ACC one is actually Duke and Virginia. It says SMU and Virginia, but Duke and Virginia. So we'll need to fix that, and I'll show you how to do that. The North Texas Tulane one is right. Indiana Ohio State is right. Kennesaw State Jacksonville State is right. It is Western Michigan, but it's Miami, Ohio. Mountain West is not Hawaii and New Mexico. It is UNLV and Boise State. Georgia is in the one. So the ones that are not right are SEC, Mountain West, MAC, and ACC. Those are the ones that are not right. I think yeah, the Sun Belt is right too. So we would have to do the SEC, Mountain West, and ACC and Mac all on a separate one. So 4 separate ones, but the rest of them we wouldn't need to do that for president. Are the rankings right? Three versus one and two versus one. So it went one off. But Ohio State considered the home team. They're the only one Georgia is, but they're considered road team and not Texas A&M, but Alabama. But this one is correct. Western Michigan is the considered home team there in the MAC, but not against Toledo, against Miami of Ohio. This one is right, and I think it's in Jacksonville. Let's see here, Ohio State, and that's the considered home teams there. Texas Tech being the considered home team of BYU. Even though I did one where Texas Tech was a visiting team, BYU was home team, but we'll do this one as well. Same records. Then this one was correct, and then then the Mountain West actually is boys, but I want to show you some. We don't have to do Mountain West. I'll show you why. Where we would just have to do this to SEC, ACC, and MAC. Down here in my Texas Tech one, that I did Texas Tech and BYU as a reverse home and road team. Boom. So we're gonna take a break and we'll come back. Alright, and we're back here. I realized that I had this in the other dynasty, so now all I have to redo is the ACC, the what was it in the other dynasty? It was the, hold on, I can't remember which ones it was. It was the ACC, the MAC, and of course I already had the Mountain West, and then the SEC. So to do, let's get the SEC one. So let me do something here first before we do that. So let's go here to load and accept invite. Let's see here. We're going to delete this one. We are going to delete this one. And we're going to delete this one. That way we have into football one. That's the pretty sure that's the, yeah, one is the one for Boise State UNLV. I'm thinking that's this one. Yeah, there's the Boise State UNLV one. Are the records right? 9-3 and 11-1. Okay, so no, that's not right. Boise State's 8-4, and UNLV is 10-2. So no, the records aren't right. But the location is right and the matchup is right. So we're just gonna ignore the records for that one. So just ignore the records for that one, and then to get the SEC one, let's do that one next. Making sure we don't have any autosave ones except for that one. All right. Okay, so new dynasty.
Dynasty mode. Next,
yes,
let's choose your
passive.
rosters. If you're looking for the latest EA Sports recommended roster featuring more than 1,000 additional players, choose the active roster option. Or you can select the rosters from our original launch with the default roster option. Here is where you can customize your Dynasty experience. Similar to last year, here's where you'll modify. It's now time to select your team.
Okay, so we're going to do two teams actually, technically. We're going to do Alabama and Georgia. Let me get to Georgia here.
Next to each team's name. Teams with a higher prestige will be ready to compete.
There's
for the
Georgia, and then we'll do Alabama.
Now for the fun part. Congratulations.
And then we will do a new character. Then we'll get Alabama. Okay. Alright. So now that's done, now we're just going to find out which games they won and which games they lost. And do that. So we're gonna go out Alabama first. Sorry, I hit the wrong. It's meaning to hit Alabama. There you go. Alright, so now let's probably Alabama. Okay. Just making sure. Alright. Ready to advance. Then we're gonna hit. Remember, Georgia switched to character. Ready to advance. The schedule. Yeah, that's the right schedule. Pretty much. Okay. Go back to Alabama here. Switch this character. Okay. Now we are going to go and ready to advance. Switch back to Georgia. Ready to advance. Now we're going to do, since we're in Georgia already, we are going to make sure that this uh, is a win. So we go back to Georgia. Okay. In order to do that, we're going to go into team schedule, I think. There you go. Wait, that's not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Okay. Force Georgia win. And then we were going to go into Alabama. Okay. And then we're going to go switch to this one. And we're going to go into scores and, or, yeah. Not scores and schedules, team schedule. And Florida State won. Can't do it there, so we're going to do scores and schedules. And we're looking for Alabama and Florida State. So to make that easier on us, we're going to filter out the SEC. Okay, we have to go and do it off Alabama. It's not in Alabama, so we gotta go back to Georgia. What we're gonna do is we're going to get rid of this character, so we're gonna switch it back for just temporarily while we hit this, and that. Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna go back into scores and schedules. We're gonna filter out to SEC. And we are going to see here where it says this one, Forest Home, and then we are going to go in and find Florida State. And Alabama. This is right next to it. I just didn't see it. And Florida State actually won this one. So we're going to force. And then you're going to hit advance to next week. Sim ahead. It should work, hopefully. All right, let's take a look at scores and schedule. Week 1. Oops, let me filter out to SEC. All right, 49-14. The actual score for that doesn't matter, but I think it was pretty much a blowout. And there you have it, Alabama 52. Okay, so now let's move on to week 2, and we're gonna do the same thing week 2. So we're gonna find Alabama's, and Alabama's was a win against UL Monroe, so we're gonna force Alabama a win, and then Georgia. I'm thinking Georgia beat their FCS opponent. Pretty sure they did. Who was their FCS opponent, by the way? Awesome. Yeah, they did. All right, so we're gonna force Georgia win. All right. Now you're going to advance to next week. All right, so we're gonna go scores and schedules. We're gonna go back to week 2. We're gonna look at them. There's Alabama win over UL Monroe, and then Georgia's win over SES Southeast. Let's go into week 3, and we're going to find there's Georgia, and they beat Tennessee, and Alabama, I'm pretty sure beat Wisconsin, and they did. So yeah, there you have it. So you can go back. I mean, you can do this for every single team that you want, that you need to have the national championship. I just want to make sure that this works. So I think. Hold on. Did we do it right? Making sure we did that right. Yeah, we did that. All right. So now we can advance on to next week. Then you have bye week, but did Alabama play during that bye week? That's the question. They did not. Alabama and Georgia were both off week one, so that really makes it easy. You just back here actions, head next week, sim. This one is even easier because they play each other. All right, and Alabama won that one. So we're trying to get this matchup, but in Atlanta. I could simulate and see if Alabama does get a win, but uh, the chances of that happening are slim. So we're just gonna have to force it. That's okay. Alright, so one team should be, if all goes according to plan, Georgia would have lost there. There's lost. I mean, I'm gonna go double check. So we're gonna go into schedule this time. And there you have it. 28-17 Alabama over Georgia. Alright. Now, we could do it here. I think we will do it here. That way, it's easier to find. So Georgia, I think Georgia beat Kentucky. What's their record right now? Okay, 11-1. So yeah, okay, so they already had their one loss. Yeah, they already had their one loss. Uh, Let me go ahead and do the Georgia schedule right now. And then we're gonna do it kind of differently, and I'll show you how it's gonna work. All right. So we're gonna do Georgia, and then we're going to do Alabama. Alabama. Let me go back to Georgia. Since I already had that schedule already up, I will do that one first, actually. Okay, so we did the Kentucky one. Let's do the Auburn one. Auburn was a Georgia win, of course. Then Ole Miss was a Georgia win. Don't have to worry about the bye. Georgia. 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 Oh, oops. Sorry. Georgia. 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 Alright, now let's do Alabama. And get Alabama's done, and that will show you that it works. Alright. Vandy. So Alabama beat Vanderbilt. They beat Missouri. They beat Tennessee. They beat South Carolina. They beat LSU. They lost to OU. They beat Eastern Illinois or FCS Midwest. And they beat Auburn. Alright. So we could go all the way to the board is going to hit next week. We're just going to keep on hitting that. Week 8. Send week 8. Six and 1, okay. Next should be 7 and 1. Alright, sorry, 6 and 1, sorry. Now 7 and 1. Eight and 1. Ignore those players in the game and stuff. Alright. 9 and 1 should be after this. Then 10 and 1. Then 11 and 1. Army Navy is going to be played in play now, by the way, if you're wondering. Okay, now we'll hit advance another week. Should be to the conference championship. Why are we not? Why? Okay, why didn't that work? Okay, now Alabama's in there, but A&M's in there. Huh. It's kind of strange. Huh. A&M has gone in every single time that I've had it simulated. Well, maybe we need uh to do A&M season as well, but huh. Do we get anything right there? No, we did not. Huh. At least we got Alabama in there. Um, I'm wondering how we can do this. Wondering how we can get this done. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go back out of this quit, and then it's gonna be an auto save. So we're gonna hit load and accept invite, and then we're going to find the one that says auto save, and then which is the Georgia one, and then we're going to delete that. That didn't work. Okay. The only other thing I can think of to do it is when it comes to this, I'm thinking about doing this one just in play now because Atlanta I can do in there. This one was right. This one wasn't, but it is another one. And then this one isn't right, but I can then play now. This one wasn't right. Is Charlotte in there? Charlotte is because it's a bowl game. Site. So we're just gonna have to do it as a bowl game and just ignore the bowl game, and the bowl trophy will be basically the ACC, or just play it, or just play this one, uh, and then the other Bound West one. I think we'll just do that. I think we'll play the both this one and the NCAF ones, and because I think Georgia's probably gonna win anyways. So I think we're just gonna say it is possible to get Georgia and Alabama in the SEC championship game. I think what needs to actually have happened is you need to control and force win, home win, and all that with every single game, and then just advance and not multi-advance. It would take a while to do it, but you could do it that way. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just going to do it. I will play that Alabama and Georgia. It just will be um, I don't know what I'll do. What I'll have to do there to get that matchup, as well as Duke and Virginia. Same thing. I'll probably be the same dynasty to get that. What I'm probably gonna do is the ones that are actually right, do those. So Ohio State, Kennesaw State, Jackson State, Troy, James Madison, Tulane, North Texas, and BYU, Texas Tech again. Do those. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and then do this matchup plus the other one, which is did I get forget? It's A&M. Is it A&M and Georgia again? It's A&M and Georgia again. I'll be laughing. Yep. I think that was what it was meant to be. I just think the real life A&M team just goofed that up. I think it was supposed to be A&M and Georgia in the SEC championship game. I really do. If A&M had not lost at Texas, they would have been in and been playing Georgia, and this would have been right. But um, I probably could get the Alabama and Georgia right. It just probably taken okay. This team won. 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 And do more than just and more than I probably could do three teams. I probably could do Georgia, A&M, and Alabama. That way, we knew that if just those matchups, were like that, then it would be right. So I think you need to force the stuff for three teams, not two. You can do it with all to make sure that all the matchups are right, which is a way of doing it. It would take a while to do, but which I probably now I probably will next year as it happens. That way I'm not having to do it all at one time. I think that'll be make it a lot easier. So next year you're gonna actually get an actual matchup. I'm gonna do the Georgia Alabama as well, and probably do it in dynasty mode instead of play now. I'll figure out a way to get it. It may take multiple attempts, or it may take just one attempt doing it the way I think will work by forcing the stuff for A&M, Georgia, and Alabama. If you do those three teams, then those were the three teams that were in the contention for it in real life, and so I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's what I think. So we'll do all these matchups plus the matchups in the other one, and then we'll do these bowl samples. We like doing matchups. We like doing bowl games. We like playing the college football. saying, okay, what if this matchup happened, or what if this matchup happened, or what, I like doing that. So we will do that just because it's fun to do, and then we'll do the actual matchups as well. So you'll get it all. You'll get it all. So hopefully year two of Dynasty will get Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship against somebody, I don't know who, but hopefully they will be in the Big 12 championship game. It is possible. It is possible. I've seen people get Oklahoma State even to the playoffs. I've seen other YouTubers do it, so it is possible. I think Bordeaux is one of them. So shout out to him. Shout out to him for his channel for giving me ideas to do different stuff. So um. I'm not gonna see it's for it's 4:53. It's kind of later in the day, so I'm not gonna play. The next one you'll see is this one. I'll play this one, and I'll play the Round West one. We'll play both. We'll play both of them all the way through every matchup, just so you can see that. Plus the actual matchups, I'll get those. I would have to do. Okay, so who are the contentions for the one try to get it the where you focused on focused on the conference championship teams. So ACC, American, Big 12, Big 10, Conference USA, MAC, Mountain West, uh, SEC, and Sun Belt. Actually, this one is actually one with the records aren't correct. So just ignore the records. Matchup is good. So I think that'll work. So a combination of that plus really trying to uh, I'll write down these conferences and make sure that Miami and Clemson, even if I had to say, okay, does this work? Does this work? Trying to see what works to get to that being the whole set of matchups being correct. It's going to be interesting. It's going to take these three, Georgia, Alabama, Texas. I don't know who was in the contention for it for the Sun Belt and for I think we got Troy, and I think we got combining it. I think we only have to really read. I think combining this one and that one, we only really have to redo SEC, MAC, uh, uh, the ACC. So those three, ACC, MAC, and SEC. So work on those three conferences. Should if I horn in on just those three, just zone in on those three conferences and just do force win. With those three conferences through the entire season, it should get me the SEC, the ACC, the MAC, and the ACC, the MAC, and SEC Mac. What's the third one? I forgot. The ACC. Hold on. It was in the other. It was in the other dynasty that I knew which ones I had to redo. It was SEC. Hold on. It was. It was ACC, the MAC, SEC, and the MAC. Or sorry, ACC and MAC. Was that it? I said three conferences. Uh, Tulane, North Texas was right. BYU and Texas Tech was right. This one is right. This one is right. And this one is right. So the only ones that are wrong are SEC. Oops. Sorry. ACC, MAC, and SEC. The only ones that were wrong, well, except for this one. This one's right on the other one. So you would use that matchup instead of this. Well, you would play both matchups actually, and then so like I said, you would do SEC, MAC, and American. Those three. This one is technically right on the other one, and it doesn't matter which dynasty mode it's coming from, as long as it's a matchup and it's the postseason. It says Conference Championship, and it has the Mountain West Football Championship, or this logo that you see here for that Mountain West one, which is right. And that one, so it's just a matter of the SEC one getting that one right, and I know how to do it. Or at least I think I do. I think I'm just gonna do just Texas A&M, Georgia, and Alabama instead of just Alabama and Georgia, and getting those three teams to win those round games they won in real life. Get that right. Do that for the ACC, for the SMU, Virginia, and Duke. And then for the Conference USA, it'd be Toledo, Western Michigan, and Miami, Ohio. So we would be focusing on three teams in those three conferences. And hopefully we get it right. If not, we would go to four teams for us. Then five of them basically you get up to the whole up to the whole conference, um, if need be. But hopefully not. But we will do all these matchups plus the one from the other one that you just saw. Both of them will see, plus the third one for this matchup, and this matchup. So ACC, MAC, and SEC. We'll get that one right in the third one, and that way you combine all three, you get it all. So, yep, combine it, you should get them all. And then you wouldn't have to worry about it for the bowls. You can just delete those, or not delete those, but just save those, or use, not, try to say this. Have those, as a dynasty mode theme, but not, so like this one would be tiled, would be tiled, Conference Championship 1, Conference Championship 2, Conference Championship 3. And then once we got into the bowls themselves, we could get right in Dynasty mode with the playoffs. And the auto advancing and not auto advancing, but the where you don't have to say, okay, this team advances, this team loses and goes home type of thing. You could, but since the first round of the college football playoffs are campus site, and those would be preset to OU hosting or whoever hosting, uh, and so I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is how I advanced to get the record right for both Georgia and Alabama. I would do that for every game. So not just for the conference championship games, but for all the other games to get the right bowl matchups. I will do that, and you will get all the bowl matchups from Dynasty mode. Hopefully, it won't take forever to do it. Hopefully, I can do it, and the bowl games get played on time and end on time. Um, we're gonna start doing that next week. So probably as a Monday next week, I'm probably going to take the time the rest of this week to start a third one where I get every matchup right for the conference championships, and then those ones that I didn't play in this one and the other one, I'll play in the third one, and then you'll advance on after you've forced the wins that you did in the other ones, and then it will get the bowl games right and the playoffs right and all that, because you'll be playing them and getting your results from them. It wouldn't be the actual result, but it'd be your result, which is what matters. So, and then when it came to the national championship, then I would and if it was the wrong national championship, then I would both do my version and the real life version. So it's gonna it's going to be forcing wins. I think was the right decision in the other one. And this one here, this is how I got the forced. I'll show you 11-1. But I didn't. I think going from that and then simulating all the way up to fifth to week 15 to Army Navy. I think how we got the records right for Georgia and Alabama and the other one. That I deleted actually. Was force this. So pick a schedule, do a, then go to another team, schedule, and then just hit advance, and then that way it should be right from ACC all the way down to Sun Belt, and then one bowl game down to the final bowl game. So that is the plan. I want to see that actually, if I can do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 1 week of it. I mean, let me start a new one. And I'm gonna see if just this actually works. So I'm gonna do this on air now, so you can see if it works. So just gonna advance. Now we're just gonna pick a team that we know is gonna not gonna matter on whether or not uh so we're gonna advance. Oklahoma State schedule is right. Seminary schedule is right. And we're gonna go ahead and go into week 0. Think Iowa State. Think Iowa State won. Let me go ahead and double check that. So what I'm gonna do is, yes, the conference championships are this weekend. I gotta make sure that it gets done by Thursday. So if I do a big, huge bulk of it today, and then a big, huge bulk of it. Alright, let's look ahead. Okay, so Iowa State won. Kansas won. Sam Houston, no, Western Kentucky won, and Hawaii won. So we're gonna hit advance and make sure it doing this works. If this works for week 1, it would work for week 0. It would work for week 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the way up. So let's double check, make sure that worked. We go here to scores and schedules. We're gonna go here back here to week 0. There's Iowa State's win. There's Kansas win. There's Western Kentucky's win, and there's Hawaii's win. UNLV is in week 1, so I'll show you. That's actually it's week 3, not week 1. Sorry. Why it? I don't know. It could really. I think you can manage every single schedule, and then once you get all the schedules set, and you're making everybody the commissioner, and then you do that until you pick your team and then roll with the schedule, and you select it and play the season, and the games in the right week, and the conference is already predetermined. So so uh yeah, so we would do that for let's do that for week one. So let's look at South Carolina and Virginia Tech. If I can find that one. South Carolina, Virginia. There's South Carolina, Virginia Tech. South Carolina wins that one. Then and Miami wins. TCU wins. Think Boise, maybe UCF won. Yeah, South Florida won that one. I'm pretty sure Delaware beat Delaware State. Yep. Bowling Green. Did Bowling Green win? Did Bowling Green win? Bowling Green. Where are you, Bowling Green? Have to go slowly through this, and we shall find Bowling Green, hopefully. Oh, there's Bowling Green. Bowling Green did win, so. Highland Rutgers wins that one. UL Monroe wins. Did Akron win? No, Wyoming won that one. UCF and Jackson State. UCF. Uh, NC State beats East Carolina. Oklahoma State beat UT Martin. That was their only win. You could force Oklahoma State to win every single game and then get them in that way, but in the national championship, but that's cheating. So Missouri did win. Did Duke? Yeah, Duke won. Houston won. Did Houston win? Did Houston win? That's the question. Houston. Who did Houston play in week one? There's Sam Houston. Let me go to the Big 12. Stephen F. Austin, they played Stephen F. Austin. That was the FCS Midwest, and yes, they did win that one. Minnesota and Buffalo, that was Big 10. Minnesota won that one, and then Nebraska and Cincinnati. We'll get UAB, I think. Look at UAB. UAB was in. Where is UAB in? Should be in Conference USA. I think UAB is in Conference USA. I'm pretty sure UAB is in Conference USA. No, they are in Sunbelt. No, they're not in Sunbelt or Conference USA. Then they're in the American Conference. Yep, there they are. Alabama, Birmingham, and the FCS team was Alabama State, and UAB won that one. And then it was Cincinnati, Nebraska. Which was a Nebraska win. Then San Diego State and who did they play? They played Stony Brook. Why am I down the wrong way? San Diego State and Stony Brook are FCS East, and San Diego State wins that one. Army, I think no, Tarleton. Whoa, FCS Midwest, Tarleton State won that one. FIU, FIU. They beat Bethune-Cookman, which is the FCS Southeast team on this thing. And then I'll just do week 0 and week 1. And then we will continue just in Kansas State, I think, got the. Pretty sure Kansas State. Yep, Kansas State got the win. Actually, we're going to go over here. That way we know which ones we haven't done. Miami, Ohio, and Wisconsin, we haven't done that one. Let me go back and get that one. Let me go back and get that one. Wisconsin won that one. Kansas, I think, beat whoever they were playing, Wagner. Wake Forest, I think they won. Let me look. I'm just in week 0 and week 1. We're gonna do two. We're gonna do a huge upload tomorrow. Who did I say? Wake Forest and Kennesaw State. That was a close one. It was 10-9 the final score, but Wake Forest did get the win, but barely. Michigan State did beat Western Michigan. Whoops, wrong way. App. State won that one. Ignore whether it was home and road. I don't know how I got messed up. I think it's when you're restarting a dynasty. I did this in my original dynasty. I would have gotten it right. Or started another one. It would have gotten right, but then some of the other ones gotten wrong. So, yeah. The initial one would have had been the one I would have had done, and if I had known, then when I known it, yeah. Illinois won that one. We'll just do the rest of these week 1, and then we'll do week 2 onward tomorrow. And I'll do those off air just so that way I don't have to worry about recording. I'm just showing you how this is going to work. If you want to do the same thing in your dynasty as well to get all the way to the conference championship games and be able to play the actual conference championship game matchups, if I can get something on my words there. Looking for Colorado and GT. Georgia Tech. Colorado. Where are you? Georgia Tech, Colorado. There's Georgia Tech won that one. I had the wrong thing. There we go. Georgia Tech won that one. And now moving on. Our next game is Baylor. Auburn won that one. Sam Houston ELV. ELV won that one. San Jose State, Central Michigan won that one. Oops. Pitt and whoever Pitt was playing. Who was Pitt playing? Dunquist. Dun Duquesne. Dunquist, Duquesne. Pitt won that one. Navy and VMI. Navy won that one. Kent State, we know won. Because I'm looking right at this. I think Ohio State beat Texas. Pretty sure Ohio State beat Texas. Yep. I was right. House.B did beat Texas Syracuse. They lost to Tennessee. Tennessee beat Syracuse. Tulane beat Northwestern. Southern Miss lost to Mississippi State. Maryland beat FAU. Purdue beat Ball State. Kentucky beat Toledo. West Virginia beat Robert Morris. Let's see how many. We're gonna close the game that way. So what we're missing. Washington State beat Colorado. Utah, UCLA, Utah. UConn and Central Connecticut, or FCS East in this case. University of Connecticut wins. UConn. Boston College beats Fordham. Indiana and Old Miss, or Old Dominion, sorry. Indiana and Indiana and Old Dominion. Indiana won. Of course, they're in the Urban 10 championship. Of course, they are. Louisville, I think, did they win? Yep, they beat Eastern Kentucky. Yeah. Yes, that's it. Yes. Iowa State, I think they beat whoever they were playing as their FCS opponent. Yeah, South Dakota State. We don't have that many more games to let it go. Northern Illinois beat their opponent. Air Force, yes, they won that week 1 game. And then Temple beat UMass. Penn State and Nevada, or Nevada. I'm looking for Penn State and Nevada. 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 And Nevada. Penn State won that one. Alright, now let's move on. Look at this, but so we can get this finished. Oops. Georgia, like I said, beat Marshall. We'll just do up to week 1 and we'll do week 2 tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do it on air or off air, but I will at least have it done. So Florida State beat Bama. Oregon, we know Oregon won. Oops. Liberty, did Liberty win? Yeah, Liberty won. Oregon State, we're just gonna speed up the process. I'm just gonna quickly mark the ones that I know. I'm just having to find them. But I can't find it. Oregon State. Oh, there it is. Instead of just saying them and doing them, I'm just gonna do them. And you'll just have to know from the result of it. Pretty sure Arkansas won, yep. Almost there. Iowa. OU. Who else? I skipped some. Shoot. James Madison, I'm pretty sure won. Yep. Virginia. Middle Tennessee State. Nope. Western Kentucky. Vanderbilt. I think South Alabama. Pretty sure. Where did South Alabama? Airplane FCS team. South Alabama, come on. Where are you? Want to get done. They gotta be here. Well, look, one more time. If not, I'm just gonna pick Alabama because I just knew they won. Yeah, they're there. When you're not really gonna give up and mark them anyways, you find them every single time. Whoops. I kept on Arkansas State. Arizona. Florida. Who did Florida play? Oh, Long Island. Yeah, they won. They didn't start disappointing their fans until after week 1. A&M, pretty sure, beat the Roadrunners. It wasn't until the Texas game that they disappointed their fans. I think since Troy's in the conference championship game, pretty sure. Yep. Texas Tech. I'll just mark Texas Tech because although it had, yeah, double check me, sure. Louisiana Tech. I just saw Louisiana Tech. There they are. Sometimes when you're looking for one team, you see another team, and you're just like, okay, that makes it easier. Michigan and New Mexico. Michigan and New Mexico State. Michigan. I really am almost done. I think I skipped one. USC and Missouri State. USC and Missouri State. USC wins. It was 83-13 real life score. Don't know what it'll be here, but we do know that we need to hurry up and move on along. So we're going to move along like they split at LSU beat Clemson. We're gonna move on locally split. Gonna just zip along. UTEP. Utah State won that one. Almost there. We're just gonna do week one, rest of week one. Tulsa, I'm pretty sure won week one. There's Tulsa. It was Abilene Christian they played. aka FCS, whatever they were. Midwest. North Texas did win. They had a really good record. That's why Oklahoma State hired their coach. Okay, Rice and Louisiana. Rice won, but it was a close one. BYU did win in a blowout, 69-0 in that week one game. Ole Miss. These last two, we'll save this so we don't have to do this all over again. Texas State, I think. Foop. On the end. Texas State. Okay, there's Texas State. Sorry, Texas State. SMU. Just saw SMU. Thought I saw SMU. There's SMU. I wonder if I know the remaining ones or not. Arizona State. So we go and head to the Big 12. Back to week one. Mark Arizona State. We're gonna mark Arizona. We only have how many? 3 or 4? Pretty sure Fresno. Pretty sure Fresno State, Washington State, New Mexico State, they're all well west or west, all Mountain West, but uh, what did I say? Fresno State. Georgia Southern. Oh, there it is. I was like, they not play? Was it just a assumption game for okay, then it's gonna stay, which is CSA. And then Washington State, I'm pretty sure, beat Idaho. They did. Or FCS Northwest, which would make sense since they are making sure we got all down. Yes, we do. Now we're going to advance. Oops. Sorry, to next week's giving, not just next week. We're gonna make sure that the ones that were the wins were the wins, and I will leave it at that. Yes, ignore that. Okay, let's see here. Schedule. Week 1. Let me go and find South Carolina and make sure that I think that I'll just filter out. I'll just filter out the SEC there. That'll get it to me quick. And yes, South Carolina did win. It wasn't as close in this one as it was in real life, but I think we'll just leave it there, and then we will. Okay, so save, create save point, and then we're going to hit new, and then we're going to hit polls 2. Whoops, if I didn't see it. Polls 2. And hit OK, and then we will hit back, quit, and that'll do it. Until next time, you everybody. We'll see y'all next time.